Good morning children. Today we are going to learn chapter 5. This video is for 27th of April, that is for Monday. Your chapter 5 is arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression is nothing other than learning about a list or series of numbers. Here we are going to learn about what is an AP, how an AP can be formed, and what is the general format, how to calculate the sum of an AP, and how to find out a missing term in the AP or nth term in an AP. First of all, I want you people to pause the video for a minute, go bring your content book, your note, and then continue with the video. Take your content book, page number 95. I want you people to go through the topic 5.2 arithmetic progression. Do the pre-reading and then continue with the video. Now, for arithmetic progression, check this example 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. This series of number, as you know, is nothing other than the natural number. But these numbers also forms arithmetic progression. For example, check the first number, that is 1. And what is your second number? 2. How will you get 2 from 1? To get 2 from 1, what you will be doing? You are going to add plus 1 and then only you will be getting 2. To get the third number 3, what are you going to do? Plus 1. To get the fourth number, what are you going to do? Plus 1. In a series of number, if the same number is added to the preceding number to get the next number, it says that it is in arithmetic progression. So here it is in arithmetic progression now. The general format of arithmetic progression is A, A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, etc. What is A? A is nothing other than the first term. In turn, the same can be represented as A1. A plus D is the second term. And A plus 2D is the third term. Second term is represented as A2. The third term is represented as A3. Now, check the second example in page number 95. That is the series of numbers 100, 70, 40, 10, etc. So here what is the first term? First term here is 100. What is the second term? Second term here is 70. How we will represent the second term as per the general format? General format for the second term A2 is nothing other than A plus D. So what is D here? In the first example, what is the D? The common number which is added to every preceding number is D here. Now let us find out the D for your second example. What may be the D here? Let us find it out. What is A1 here? That is 100. What is A2 here? That is 70. You need to execute either the arithmetic operation addition or subtraction for the first term to get your second term. So what number must be added or subtracted from 100 to get 70? Find out A1 minus A2 or A2 minus A1. Therefore, A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1 is equal to D. What is A2 in your second example? 70. What is A1 in your second example? Is 100. So 70 minus 100 will give you 30. So in your second example, the first term is 100. If you subtract 30 from the first term, you are getting your second term 70. Again from 70, if you subtract 30, you are getting your third term 40, and so on. Each number in the AP is called as term, and the common number which is added to every term is called as common difference. That is represented by D. Now let us move on to your exercise. Turn your page to page number 99 and start with the second sum. What is asked in the second sum? Write first 4 terms of the AP. You are going to frame the AP, and what is provided to you? The first term is provided to you, subdivision 1. The first term, which is nothing other than A. A is 10 and the common difference is 10. We are going to add the common difference to each term to form an AP. And what they ask you to do, find first 4 terms. We are going to find first 4 terms. What is your first term? First term is nothing other than A, which is equal to 10. What is your second term? How we will get our second term? Second term will be got by A plus D, which is equal to 10 plus your common difference. What is your common difference here? That is also 10. Therefore, your second term is equal to
20.
Then go for your third term. How we will get the third term? A plus 2D. That is 10 plus 2 into 10. So 10 plus 20, which is equal to 30. Your third term is 30. Your fourth term is A plus 3D, which is equal to 10 plus 3 into 10, which is equal to 10 plus 30. So it is 40. What is the AP you got here? The AP you got here is 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. Subdivision 2 and subdivision 3 is homework. Now let us do subdivision 4. Here what is given for A? The value of A here is -1 and the value of D here is 1 by 2. What did they ask us to do? They asked us to find first 4 terms. Each number in the AP is called as terms. We are going to find out the first 4 terms. Now what is your first term? First term is represented by A1, which is nothing other than the A value, which is -1. So what is your second term? Second term, how we will get the second term? By adding the common difference to your first term. So -1 plus 1 by 2. What we will get? Plus 1 by 2, which is equal to -2 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to -2 plus 1 by 2 equal to -1 by 2. What is your second term? -1 by 2. How we will get the third term? The third term can be got by adding the common difference to your second term. Either you can add the common difference to your second term, or you can go for A plus 2A. I suggest you people to go for this method. Add the common difference to your second term. So what is your second term? 1 by 2. What is your common difference? 1 by 2. If you add -1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, what will you get? 0. So what is your third term? Your third term is 0. The fourth term, EA4. How we will get the fourth term? By adding the common difference to your third term. What is the third term you got? 0. Your third term is 0, and what is your common difference here? That is nothing other than 1 by 2. 0 plus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. What is your fourth term here? 1 by 2. Therefore, what is the AP you got in the fourth subdivision? Your first term -1. Your second term -1 by 2, your third term 0, and your fourth term 1 by 2. Now let us do the fifth sum. As I told you, the common difference will be either positive or negative or 0. Now turn your colored book page number 95 and underline the definition for arithmetic progression. An arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term except the first term. And the next line it is given that this fixed number is called the common difference of the AP. Remember that it can be positive, negative or 0. Now turn your page to exercise 5.1, that is page number 99. Question number 2, subdivision 5. Check out what is given for the value of A. A is equal to minus 1.25 and D is equal to minus 0.25. Again we are going to find out the first 4 terms of this AP. So what is your first term? That is nothing other than the given A minus 1.25. What is your second term? How we will get the second term? By adding the common difference to your first term, which is equal to minus 1.25 plus minus 0.25. What we will get? Minus 1.50. What is your second term? Minus 1.50. Then your third term, how we will get the third term? By adding common difference to your second term. What is your second term? Minus 1.50. What is your common difference? Minus 0.25. If you add these two numbers, what will you get? Minus 1.75. Your third term is minus 1.75. What is your fourth term then? A3 plus D, which is equal to your third term minus 1.75 plus the common difference minus 0.25, which is equal to minus 2.00. So what is the AP you got here? Therefore, the AP you got here is, what is your first term? Minus 1.25. What is your second term? Minus 1.50. The third term minus 1.75 and the fourth term minus 2.00. Now let us do the third sum. What is the third sum? Read the question. For the following APs are given. Write the first term and the common difference. APs are given to you and you need to find out what is the first term, that is A1, and the common difference D. First and second subdivisions are homework. Let me do the third subdivision. What is the AP given in the third subdivision? 1 by 3, 5 by 3, 9 by 3, 13 by 3. So how many terms are given? 4 terms are given. This is your A1, this is your A2, this is your A3 and this is your A4. How we will represent this in the general format? A1 is nothing other than A and A2 is A plus D and A3 is A plus 2D and A4 is A plus 3D, which is your general format. Now they ask you to find out the first term. What is your first term? First term is nothing other than A, which is nothing other than A1. So the first term here is 1 by 3. First term in this sum is 1 by 3. And then they ask you to find out the common difference. What is the common difference? Common difference is the fixed number which is added to each term to get the next term. So how we will find out the common difference? As I told you earlier, common difference is represented by the letter D. How we will find out the common difference? Common difference can be calculated by A2 minus A1. Make a note of it, children. The common difference D can be found out by subtracting the second term and the first term. The difference between the second term and the first term, or subtracting the first term from the second term. So in this AP, what is your second term? The second term A2 is nothing other than 5 by 3 minus, what is your first term A1? The first term A1 is 1 by 3. So subtract 5 by 3 and 1 by 3. Subtract 1 by 3 from 5 by 3. What will you get? 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4 by 3. So what is the common difference here? The common difference here is 4 by 3. What did they ask you to find out in the sum? They ask you to find out the value A, that is your first term, and they ask you to find out the common difference D. Here you learnt a new formula for finding the common difference D. Make a note of it. D is equal to A2 minus A1. The next sum, subdivision 4. What is given in this AP? 0.6, 1.7, 2.8 and 3.9 is given. So what is 0.6? Your first term A, which in turn can be represented as A1. And the second term is A2, which in general format can be represented as A plus D. And your third term is A3, which can be represented as A plus 2D. And your fourth term is A4, which can be represented as A plus 3D. What do we want to find out here? We need to find out the first term and the common difference. So what is the first term here? That is your A1, which is equal to 0.6. Then we want to find out the common difference, that is the fixed number, which is represented as D. So how we will find out D? D is equal to A2 minus A1. What is A2? A2 is 1.7. A2 is 1.7. What is A1? A1 is 0.6, which is equal to 1.1. What is your common difference? Your common difference for the fourth sum is 1.1. They asked us to find out the first term and the common difference. First term is nothing other than the first number, which is 0.6, and the common difference, we have a formula, D is equal to A2 minus A1. I wrote the second term as well as the first term, and I separated the first term from the second, and I got the common difference, D is equal to 1.1. Next, let us do the fourth sum. Read the question. Which of the following are APs? We need to find out whether the given series of numbers are APs or not. If they form an AP, if we confirm that the list of numbers forms AP, we need to find the common difference D, and we need to write 3 more terms for the given AP. Subdivision 1, for question number 4, subdivision 1, 2, 3 and 4 is homework. Now I am going to do the subdivision 5. What is the AP given? What is the number given here? We need to confirm whether it is AP or not. What is the list of number given here? 3, 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2 root 2, 3 plus 3 root 2. First, let us consider the given first number as A. And what is given in the second number? That is A2 and A1. Subtract A2 and A1 and find out what you are getting. 3 root 2 minus 3 gives you root 2. Then check for the third number. Let me consider the third number as A3. A3 minus A2, let me check. 3 plus 2 root 2 minus, what is your second number? That is 3 plus root 2. Solve for this. 3 plus 2 root 2 minus 3 minus root 2. What will you get? 2 root 2 minus root 2 gives you 1 root 2. That is nothing other than root 2. When you subtract A2 minus A1 also you got root 2. When you subtract A3, A2 also you got root 2. Let us check for the next number also. That is your fourth number and your third number. Subtract your third number from the fourth number. 3 plus 3 root 2. What is your fourth number? 3 plus 3 root 2. Subtract the third number. 3 plus 2 root 2. What will you get? 3 plus 3 root 2 minus 3 minus 2 root 2. What will you get? 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2 gives you 1 root 2, which is nothing other than 2. So when you consider this given series of numbers, if you subtract the second number from the first, or the third number from the second, or the fourth number from the third, everywhere you got root 2, root 2, root 2. What does it mean? That you are adding a fixed number root 2 to each number to get the next number. What does it means? That the given list series of numbers gives you AP. So we can confirm that therefore the given list of numbers forms AP. Okay, we confirm that it forms AP. Therefore, we confirmed that the given list of number forms AP. Let us find out the next three terms. What are the next three terms? A5. How will you get A5? A4 plus D. What is A4 here? 3 plus 3 root 2. And what is D here? Root 2. What is A5 then? 3 plus 4 root 2. A5 is 3 plus 4 root 2. What is your next term? A6. How will you get A6? A5 plus D. What is A5 now? A5 is 3 plus 4 root 2. What is the common difference? Root 2. So what will you get? 3 plus 5 root 2. What is your next term? A7. What is A7? A6 plus D. What is your sixth number? That is 3 plus 5 root 2. With that, what is your common difference? Root 2. What is your seventh term then? 3 plus 6 root 2. As far as this sum is concerned, we checked whether the given series of number forms AP or not, and we confirmed that yes, it forms AP with the common difference root 2. After confirming that it forms AP, we need to find out the next three terms. So we found out A5, A6 and A7. Thank you. Children, note down the homework for today. In exercise 5.1, question number 2, 2 subdivisions, subdivision 2 and 3. For question number 3, 2 subdivisions 1 and 2. For question number 4, subdivision 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 and 8. With that, do examples 1 and 2. And you need to read page number 95 and 96 in the content book. Do the homeworks in the homework notebook as usual. And take down the notes, pause the video then and there where you want to copy the sums. And do copy the sums in your notes notebook. I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.